Wife betrayed me at a bachelorette party abroad with a wealthy stranger, but my heartbreak was short-lived. Be me, 32-year-old Zephyr. Living the dream, both financially and personally. Basically the perfect Instagram life. Financial analyst at Big Corp, making 100K plus a year. Live in fancy area. Drive expensive car. Zero sacrifices on pleasure. Hunger for success shapes my whole life. Pour endless hours into work. Always trying to build a life full of wins and victories. Plan out each day. Pack it with key meetings to push career forward. Go to fancy events. Show off achievements. Rub elbows with others in the field. Home is a sleek modern flat above busy city. Stunning view of lively world below. View keeps reminding me of exciting road I'm on. Future I'm carving out for myself. Feel profound desire for something more substantial. Not just material wealth and possessions. Sitting at desk, typing on laptop. Notification pops up on screen. Can't contain excitement. Another big deal closed. Success fuels drive to reach even higher goals. Lean back in chair. Stretch and let mind wander. Imagine future I'm building. Scenes full of success mixed with happy times. Look at city lights glowing in dark night. Feel empty inside, even with many hits, money, and well-earned praise. Deep hole in life becomes apparent. Realize what I really want is to connect with others. Long for love and sense of fitting in. These things seem to fade away in busy mess of life. Private person. More at ease alone than in crowded social events. Big test when I choose to go to charity gala in city. Event aims to bring together city's top people. Big names from different parts of society. Dazzling display with fancy decorations. Glitter and soft light. Happy chatter and laughter fill room. Lively mood celebrates kindness and giving. Make way through packed area. Try to talk with others. Swap pleasantries and make casual conversation. Crushing feeling of being alone comes over me. Like weighty blanket on shoulders, even with lots of people around. All busy chatting and having fun. Feel deep, stubborn emptiness inside. Upbeat energy and lively talks make inner struggle worse. Notice woman standing by window. Looks deep in thought, staring at bright city lights. Shining in dark like faraway stars. Woman's name is Aurora. Something special about her catches my eye. Air of mystery makes heartbeat faster. Hands feel sweaty from nerves and curiosity. Drawn to her. Want to go over and talk despite shyness? Feel she might be out of place too. Looking for more meaningful connections. Move nearer to her. Heart thumps hard in chest. Almost drowns out lively party noises. Summon bravery and break quiet. Excuse me, I say. Afraid speaking too loud might ruin magic of night. I just had to say something. Aurora turns to look. Big eyes show shock and interest. Everything else disappears. Just the two of us in electric bubble. I'm Zephyr, I introduce myself. Try to stay calm despite nerves and stomach. Aurora, she replies. Voice soft and musical. Blends well with quiet music nearby. Short exchange starts promising connection. Would end up changing both our lives. In ways we couldn't predict yet. Talk for hours that night. Words flow like calm stream. Without breaks and smooth. Aurora's sharp mind amazes me. Speaks ideas with fire. Inspires and grabs me. Discuss social justice issues. Topics mean a lot to her. Excitement creates quick bond. Warm nature and natural charm pull me in. Drawn to her in way I can't deny. As night goes on, laughter fills air. Stories show we understand each other. Feel happy together. Realize something big. I love Aurora. Feeling is new to me. Soft voice touches me. Bright eyes spark something inside. How she cares about world makes her someone I can't live without. Know I want to spend life with her. Building future full of love and shared dreams. Heart full of purpose. Decide to get closer. Ready to face any problems that might come up. Gather nerve and take chance. Ask Aurora to go out with me. She's not sure at first. Doesn't know if ready for that. Share honest feelings. Show kindness and understanding. She says yes to a date, feeling both curious and careful. Want to make first date special? Put a lot of thought into planning. Romantic picnic in beautiful park. Cook all food myself. Include Aurora's favorite dishes. Park is perfect. Light breeze moving leaves. Birds singing in background. Spread comfy blanket under trees. Patches of sunlight come through branches. Sit down and find it easy to talk. Laugh and share hopes for future. After tasty dinner, decide to watch movie friends praised. Sit close to each other. Caught up in plot. Feel closer during cozy moment. Night ends with Aurora's big grin. She says she had great time. Wants to meet up again. Kicks off sweet love story. Next date's full of surprises and adventures. Keep relationship fresh and exciting. 1 week, spend hours exploring charming used bookstore. Lose ourselves in pages of favorite authors. Imaginations light up with each new find. Next week, have another picnic. Blooming flowers surround us. Share thoughts and dreams. Sunlight dances through leaves. Each meeting strengthens bond. weaves beautiful tapestry of shared experiences, defines journey together, reminds of love growing with every moment. Aurora's eyes sparkle when finding new things. Her joy is contagious, radiates with real wonder and interest, warms my heart to watch her excitement spread, touches me and everyone around us. Feel alive in those moments, like we're starting big adventure together, talk for hours about everything, share dreams, fears, and hopes for what's ahead. Every chat brings us closer, creates link that seems unbreakable. Bond feels one of a kind and precious. As days go by, see how Aurora is falling for me. Her eyes light up when she looks at me. She laughs at my jokes, holds my hand. Actions show her feelings. Even though building great relationship, feels scared deep down. Idea of losing her terrifies me. What if she wakes up one day and thinks I'm not good enough? What if she meets someone who can give her more? Worries keep spinning in head. Hard to enjoy happy times together? Do all I can to cover up self-doubts? Act tough on outside. Deep down, know Aurora sees through act. One night, sit on roof looking at city lights below. Worries feel too heavy to bear. Breathe in cool air. Decide to tell her about fears. Such a relief when she listens with kindness and empathy. Feel understood and backed up. Zephyr, she whispers. Holds my hand. Touch warm and comforting. I love you as you are. You're nice, you're clever, and you make me laugh. I feel so fortunate to have you around. Sincere words hit me like calm breeze. Ease weight I had carried for so long. Realize I've met my soulmate. Someone who embraces all of me? Clear the air and put worries to bed. Start to consider wedding plans. Thrill of new phase in lives. Seems like something out of storybook. Grasp how lucky I am to share this adventure with Aurora. Woman who stole my heart. Turned every instant into something special. Look to future as couple. Feel like we can do anything. Brimmed with hope and happiness for what's to come. Aurora had been talking about Bachelorette trip with mates for months. Mentions it nearly every day, bursting with excitement. Lists off fun things they could all do together. Paints portrait of joy, exploration, and timeless memories. Explains trip would be amazing way to celebrate wedding. At first, I'm skeptical about concept. Anxious about her leaving for trip with all that time to wedding. Worried what it says about our relationship. Will she miss me? Or love her freedom and independence too much? Feel quite off about it. But decide to support her wish in the end. Want her to have fun and memorable experience with girlfriends? Important point in her life. As trip gets closer, weeks turn to days. Aurora's anticipation spirals upward. Takes hours and days to prepare. Make sure they go to places with guides for tourist destinations. Observe as she creates meticulous packing lists. From clothing to beauty products, hushed tones of conversations between her friends fill house. Spill out into hallway with plans and chatter. Act like supportive fiancé. Tell her it's opportunity to relax and have fun. Keep telling myself that, deep down, part of me knows something is wrong. When trip finally begins, doubts and worries intensify. Sense change in Aurora's behavior. Instead of loving fiancé, I know. She seems more invested in friends than relationship. Often find myself reaching out, only to find her smiling and giving attention to other girls. Feel invisible, like ghost in her life. Experience weighs heavily on heart. Doubts begin to sink in. Can't express how much I miss Aurora. Wave of jealousy washes over me. Left alone and forgotten. Try to call her several times to connect. She seems stuck in own world, enjoying fun-filled activities, not responding to me. See, she's having fun. Part of me happy for her. Know she's finding happiness in life. Happy with her girls. Can't shake feeling of being left out. Like watching movie I can't discuss. Times we spent together. Special moments we used to be close. Now overshadowed by new experiences she creates without me. Every time I reach out to rekindle connection, her silence deepens loneliness. Distance between us grows every day. Miss close relationship we once had. Miss laughter, conversation, comfort of knowing we were always there for each other. Left with distant memories. As she moves on to new adventures, wonder if I can find way into her life? When Aurora, about to return from trip, feel sense of relief, like weight lifted off shoulders. Distant days seemed infinitely long. Every moment carried unbearable weight. Time passed less and less. Realize how much I missed her presence. Days meaningless without her around. Dream about moment I'll see her again. Think about smile on her face. Warmth of her hands. Pressure cooker anticipation fills heart with excitement. Deep longing for her presence. But when she comes back, begin daily lives. Can't convince myself nothing has changed between us. Sit together. See Aurora in another place. Even though right next to me, like her body is there but mind far away. Lost in thoughts I can't reach. Conversations usually ended easily. Now fraught with questions. When I speak, she looks away, quickly looks at something else, as if she has secret truth not prepared to share. Change in relationship more than small change. Feels deep. Barrier forms between us. Wall that didn't exist before. Simple connection we used to share now feels strained, like trying to communicate through thick fog. Struggle with new reality. Search for answers to what's causing rift in relationship. Atmosphere around us seems heavy, full of unspoken words and feelings. Can't believe it. Wonder how we can close gap now visible. Strong relationship we once enjoyed seems fragile and unreliable. Realize need to figure out what changed to get back to way it was before. Doubts increasing day by day, making me worried. Inside feel something wrong. Can't figure out problem bothering me. As wedding day approaches, see change in Aurora's behavior. Doesn't radiate light, carefree heart I've always loved. Seems absent-minded, often lost in thought. Distant from our conversation. Smile, once full of real joy, now looks forced, as if trying to hide real feelings. Smile that brightened room not most pleasant anymore. Seems she's not happy. At first, try to convince myself changes due to usual wedding jitters. As days turn to weeks, wedding day fills calendar. Anxiety grows. Notice subtle changes in her behavior. Make me more nervous. Aurora starts spending more time with phone. Thoughts occupied by screen. Becomes place she can't even answer call in front of me. While talking on call, voice cracks with kind of whisper. As if in conversation she wants to hide from me. Behavior makes me feel alone and left out. Like invisible world of miscommunication emerged. Every time I dare ask about phones, answer she gives unbelievable, quick to tell me everything is correct. Lack of understanding and logic and explanation makes me uneasy. Leads to doubting her even more. Uncertainty begins to consume me. Causes anxiety and stress I can't handle. Try to understand her strange behavior. Changed tone. Try to push doubts aside. Convince myself I'm sane. More I try to ignore thoughts. More powerful they become. Repeat in mind like painful whisper. Mind goes crazy. Question everything about relationship. From her true feelings to truth of her love for me. Every time we spend together full of doubts, makes me worry something important is hidden. As we approach happy day that should be our love. Feel need to have very important conversation with Aurora. Lingering feeling always in heart. Cannot go away. Seems something on floor needs repairing. Once I have time to collect thoughts. Think about best way to solve dilemma. Decide to talk to her. Approach her. Focus on expressing concerns as best I can. Want to make sure she knows how I feel and why? Scared when sharing concerns? Know it's important to be honest. When I mention concerns, Aurora dismisses everything I tell her. Looks me in eyes with real longing. Tells me she loves me. Says I don't need to worry. Answer seems correct. Speaks as if telling whole truth. Hard not to believe her completely. Words like warm blanket. Envelop and comfort me in moment. But no matter how calmly she reassures, still wonder. Sometimes want to believe her. Sometimes realize beginning to be filled with doubts. No matter how hard I try to dispel doubts, they keep coming back. Remind me this isn't right. Find it hard to accept everything is fine. Every time I replay story in mind, anxiety increases. Know I need to recognize signs nervousness is trying to show. Bothers me. Wonder if I'm missing something very important underneath. Be me, still Zephyr. Inconspicuous Tuesday afternoon. Attention largely dedicated to performing duties at desk. Working hard on thorough report due by end of day. Day drawing to close. Beginning to feel weight of approaching deadline. Skim through numerous charts and figures. Verify all correct and every last particular in order. Neatness and professionalism of report very important. Want to give hard work justice with appearance of report? Suddenly, sound of mobile phone vibrating fills quietness in room. Vibrates gently on table. Distracts from very important task. Lift phone, anxious to find out who's texting. Glance shows text from stranger, with kind of messages I've been receiving. Looks like yet another investor with serious intentions of investing into my business. Curious even if assuming probably not important. Open message without thinking much. Surprisingly, video link waiting for me. In dilemma, wondering what it's all about. Panic for split second. Wonder if ought to press button. Desire to find out how video looked quickly erases those thoughts. Press link. Anxious about contents of video. Heart begins to pound as video starts. Both thrilled and nervous. See girlfriend Aurora, smiling. Having some drinks with other people? Nothing out of ordinary. Everything looks good and harmless. Out of blue while watching. See something that makes me uneasy. Motionless. Can't believe what I'm seeing. Aurora kisses a man. Nauseating wave of disbelief throws me utterly speechless. Feels surreal, like trapped in nightmare. Had strong affections for Aurora. Pretty sure she loved me too. One thing to hear about interaction with other men. Another to see her in company of someone I know for sure. Not only one who has viewed two of us as an us, straw that breaks camel's back, moment of intimacy shatters our alliance. Left hanging like lost sock in laundromat. Confused and hurt. How in world did she think it was okay to do this to me? Consumed with thoughts. Each causes more pain than imagined. Emotional state uncontainable blizzard within, full of uncontrollable patterns, no hope of suppression. Mixture of emotions inside, rage, deep pain, acute betrayal, entirely suffocating. One of those times when everything seems to spiral out of control, colliding into millions of sharp shards. Can't even attempt to mend, baffled as to her reasoning behind such decisions. If confused or unsure, could have easily just come out and told me what was happening. If love for me vanished, kinder to tell frankly, rather than just went quiet and let ambivalence take over. My affection for her great, so great in fact, that would have withdrawn from relationship. If she required some time away, or if taken step back would help her achieve peace and happiness. Agony dealing with almost unbearable. Nothing I want more than frank discussion about relationship. Only wish such criticism had not been voiced by way of silence that prevailed between us. Initial response to reach for phone. Talk to Aurora straight away about what I found. Sitting with heart in mouth. Can hear my voice waver. Dial her number. Tension rising with each ring. She answers, surprise in her voice. Only makes things worse. Without any pleasantries, go right to point. Tell her what I found and how it bothers me. Order her to explain rationale behind behavior. Feeling somewhat frantic. At first, only silence on Aurora's end. That silence long. Can tell she's taking time. Saying anything would mean admitting what I already know. No matter how far back in recesses of her mind, she tries to sweep away truth. I know what I saw all too well. Filled with rage. Chat disperses rather quickly. Left feeling backstabbed by someone I had many good memories with. Dazed and dismayed. Clouding clear picture trying to comprehend. Following day, think I have to face her again. Mean to get to bottom of mess. Understand reasons for her treachery. Agree to meet at small respite coffee shop. Filled with sublime smell of coffee. Environment otherwise quite hostile. Step into place. Importance of matter sinks on me like heavy load. Manage to find Aurora at round table. Inhale deeply. Preparing lines to say, walk towards her. Feeling terrified but determined. Aurora, I say. Muster all my strength. Try to suppress whirlwind of feelings battling within. I have to understand what made you do this. Charged silence between us. Inquiry both solicitous and demanding. Want peace of mind for some reasons? Even though no things cannot satisfy pain I'm feeling, seeking understanding of her reasons. This did not make any sense. Tears brim in her eyes. Forces her to look away. Exasperated shame. I am sorry, Zephyr, she speaks. Almost in whisper, barely audible with her next destination. Honestly, I don't know why I went on and did that. Feel frustration building inside. This time anger prevails. Do not lie to me, I retort. Heartbeat quickened by pain of shock at what I had heard. I watched the tape. You were with another man and kissing him. After beat, Aurora bows head. Exaggerated gesture. Guilt almost makes her appear diminutive. It was an error, she says. Proves there had been some hope. Only one time, I promise. An error? I laugh. Unable to contain incredulousness. This was months in the making. You went on a bachelorette weekend with your friends and cheated on me. How is that even possible? Palpable tension in air. Her observed silence becomes weapon of conflict. Aurora's defiance starts to give way, breaks down and begins sobbing, tears pouring from eyes, as though hoping to cleanse herself of hurt she had inflicted. Please forgive me, she manages to say. More lean towards remorse than dignity. I don't even know how it happened. Palpable wave of rage rises within me, so strong that feel like have to restrain myself. You don't think I'm going to let you play the victim here? I say, stopping her short of doing that. You hurt me, Aurora. You broke my trust, and I cannot let that go. Regret and concern swimming in gaze she meets me with, feels as if trying to find a way to appease me once again. Please, Zephyr, she begins. Intent clear in tone of voice. Let me try once more. Stare in disbelief, turning head ever so slowly, very decision echoing in stinking quietness that envelops us. There is no way forward, Aurora, I initiate calmly. My faith in you has been broken. Fact lingers between us like dark fog, suffocating any chances of optimism. Push myself to get out of comfortable sitting chair. Mixture of feelings engulfs me. Sensation that I could endure around that was both heavy and light. Exiting coffee shop. Heart beating faster and faster. Each step I take bears so much weight. About to go turn back for a few seconds. Gaze at place I had long occupied. Full of many things. Still, that smell of coffee being brewed. Voices of other customers together with that of attendants coming to ears. All these sounds and fragrances, although all quite familiar to me, made no difference in my thinking whatsoever. Overwhelming yet transcendent sense of calm and resolution. Comes upon me moment, I begin to walk out into open. Cool air meets me in brisk embrace. Reminds of reality. Penetrates through cold. More worrying than cold is something else entirely. What weighs heavier is conclusion I had drawn. Echoes within very depths of my soul. No relationship is over. Remarkably, that helps more than I had expected. Able to walk away with dignity and tact. Understand decision made for myself is right one. Prepared for future. Whatever challenges and opportunities. No decision I made for myself is right one. Be me, Zephyr. Know it's important to put distance between Aurora and I, both physically and emotionally. Surging torrent of emotions inside me can no longer be tolerated or brushed aside. Her presence, a mixture of anger, disappointment, and sense of being let down. Thoughts and intense emotions weigh me down, fill my mind. Clearly can't persist in relationship any longer without feeling encumbered. Start taking resolute steps to detach myself from her. Firstly, begin to purge my phone. Delete her phone number. Easy task to delete number. Also, delete text messages containing any traces of us together. Move on to other outlets. Inform her I've blocked her on every site we ever communicated on. Aim to remove her from my existence entirely. Believe clean cut will promote quick recovery. Each click betrays the pain. On other side of divide, know well this is important process for state of my mind. In process of stepping away from Aurora, make commitment to turn attention inward, towards my own recovery. Try to find solace in spending time with friends and relatives. With their help, try to cope with difficulties of inner state. Work turns out to be an important part of daily life. Initiatives I want to concentrate on. Find meaning and need to fill up empty space I feel. Begin to value little things. Going for stroll in park. Reading interesting book. Looking for bits of joy. Ordinary things become core of everyday life. Consequences of my decisions felt right from beginning. Hurt Aurora terribly. She tries to contact me over and over again. Sends many messages. Calls many times. Tries to resolve and fix problems that developed between us. Resolutely stand my ground. Choose to ignore her. Decide not to reply to bothersome messages. Reinforce my stand. Restful and calm. After a while, she realizes I'm serious about cutting communication. Little by little, ceases and desists contacting me. Understands I've made a decision. Both of us go through plenty of pain in this situation. Aura of sadness makes even breathing difficult activity. As if feelings we're experiencing too much. Too hard to come to terms with. Can tell both of us fighting battle of sorts. In different ways. Foe is situation unfolding in front of us. Know deep down that with excruciating pain and anguish I experienced, this decision I had in the end would be for better good of my life. Came to point where I said enough is enough. Saw it in different facets. Something had to give for me to continue. To develop and take advantage of new avenues that awaited me. Hate to admit it. Come to understand impossible for me to wish to do this if Aurora remained in my life. Once, connection between us pleasant and meaningful. Over years, we managed to redefine it. Turned into something that kept me from becoming woman I was meant to be. From growing as person that all worked towards me, one of greatest challenges I've had to tackle in life. Felt like losing part of me. Yet, knew at back of my mind that it was something that had to be done. Undeniably, both of us had to change after facing such pain. Had to seek separation to concentrate on myself. Without attachments associated with our relationships. Complicating my life. Period of reminiscences and revelations. Not preoccupied by emotional clutter we had created around ourselves. Time to put end to this relationship. Even though sad at that, still clung to thought of brighter tomorrow. Yearned to welcome beginnings and rediscover myself once again. Time progresses from weeks to months. Begin searching for way out of hole I was in. After all that had transpired, each present day comes with own issues. Start to look within me. Appreciate small things around me. Start laughing again, even if not as warm and genuine as it used to be. Start loving minor things that enhance mundane existence. Sun lazily warming my face. Birds singing in early hours. Gradually, even without warmth of genuine romance with someone. Find out I'm growing happy. New feeling doesn't require another person to appreciate or complete me. That day, decide to enjoy peaceful meal for one. In one of eateries I adore most. Restaurant whose sights and smells of spices and herbs. Gentle medley of voices together with soft sounds of cutleries clanging. Create perfect ambience within. At table, slowly eat. Observe surrounding without thinking of anything, especially about past that did break peace within. Tiny triumph over weights of history. Out of nowhere, melodic sounds surrounding me interrupted. Ringing of my mobile phone. Look at display. Heart almost stops. It's Aurora. Experience brief moment. Can't decide on course of action. One part wishes to disregard shrill clamor of phone. Appreciate rest of evening. Another part, insatiably inquisitive. Feeling unearned duty to respond. Makes me pick up call. Hello, I greet. Attempt to keep voice calm without hint of emotion. Storm inside simmering dangerously close to breaking. Zephyr, please forgive me, she starts, voice shaking with what sounds like sincere remorse. This is unfair to you. I shouldn't have. I've made a grave error. Listening to her sends emotions rolling, overwhelms me. Sadness brushes corners of my heart at mention of her, yet no current state of affairs completely. Yes, I believe that. All I can manage to say, voice barely audible. It's done, Aurora. She carries on with conversation. This time tone becomes more imploring, full of desperation. Begs for second opportunity. Please, I can change. I promise I will be a better wife this time. Each of her words mixture of apprehension and craving hope. Catch every word. At same time, uncomfortable feeling envelops me, almost presses on my heart. Good times not there solely, they were abused too. Can't wish that pain away. I can't. I utter those words at last. Can barely breathe after articulating that which weighed down on me. There is no chance left. I have moved on. Even through silence of call, can hear whispers of her gentle weeping. Painful reminder of loss we have both suffered as couple. She's in tears, heartbroken, pleading with me to think it over again, her voice breaking into pieces. Yet I'm still resolute. No, this is, in fact, right decision for me. No longer willing to lead life we had built together. Moment I disconnect call. Several thoughts and feelings emerge within me. Complicated manner, strange to experience sense of finality. Although it hurts to accept we had come to end of relationship, no way of going back to what we used to be. That part of story definitely over. Call had awakened many ghosts from closet. Long wish to keep buried. Images had no intention of reliving. At that moment occurs to me that I have to see Aurora one last time. Necessary in order to settle issues between them in person and in private. Everything left unsaid would otherwise linger in background indefinitely. Hound them. Split abrupt and hard. Allowing for no doubts or second guessing. Core of my being knows hardly any chance to be together again. Phase of reconciliation over and done. Emotional wounds inflicted by previous quarrels and infidelities festered over passage of time, forming what seemed to be insurmountable barrier between two of us. Everything we had worked for ruined beyond any chance of recovery. Bond that once held us together in complete disintegration. Letting go of relationship not easy option at all. As though at last mile of long and tiresome race, full of emotional pleasure and disappointment. Many tears and heated discussions on events that preceded final incident. Every meeting brings new excitement of anger and resented frustration. Midst of chaos, profound sorrow fills my heart. Put so much time, effort, and love into this relationship. Now, all of it seems to be in vain and wasted. Happy times I once basked in became agonizing reminders of what we had lost. Be me, Zephyr, still dealing with aftermath of breakup. Experience a lot of struggles after relationship comes to end. Ambushed by loneliness out of nowhere. Sadness envelops my head. Sense of betrayal painfully overwhelming. As if scars still bright red. Repeatedly, doubt validity of each decision I had taken. Retrace back allotted time living with her. Searching for her in every portrait, every activity, and every decision. Wonder if I had done anything wrong in this image. Could I make things right? Still, don't rush. With each new day it dawns on me, however reluctantly, have no course of action left. Although discomfort caused by new situation hasn't worn off. Head slowly starts to accept fact that I had to cut the crap and get over it. Evident that I need to stop thinking about past. Rather, concentrate on healing and reconstruction of myself. My life and what happiness is for me as person. Future seems vague and full of threats. Still, have this fierce desire to do something with situation. Know it's going to take a while. Determined to attain happiness once again, regardless of exact length of time or obstacles on my way. Period after difficult phase, characterized by numerous struggles and obstacles. Seem to encounter at every step, more often than not, find myself combating overwhelming waves of loneliness. Surround me like eerie stillness, similar to being trapped in room devoid of light. In addition to isolation, quiet anger within me, never fully expressed, comes to surprise me when I feel it at most random of times. In tandem with all this, can't shake off encumbering self-criticism. Plagues me and has detrimental effects on esteem and daily activities. Feelings hard to put down, like huge rucksack with impossible quantity of weight. Carry on my back all the time. Makes any thoughts about better tomorrow a real effort. Fortunately, as they say, time heals entirely. First, days go by, then weeks, and finally months. Soon, have new source of motivation, leading me towards very different, healthier changes. Rising from ashes of previous life, seeking to restore some degree of normalcy, hastily make up mind to find and engage in activities, not just keep mind busy. Help in constructive and satisfactory use of time as well. Work becomes my new religion. Often find myself locked in office for hours on end. Think that if occupy myself with work, able to dull rage threatening to consume me. More I process through work. More, I believe it fundamental in helping overcome tribulations experiencing. At same time, realize converting workaholism into relational investment very important too. Take charge of trying to find and reach people. Previously occupied important place in my life. They offer warmth and understanding. Helps establish bubble in which I can vent and share innermost emotions. During restorative period, imperative to have people that genuinely care about me to speak with, in addition to re-establishing connections with people I used to know. Make effort to get away from my corner. Look for ways of meeting new people. Helps gain new perspectives and forms of engagement. Each of those new people joyous addition to my life. Their warmth and laughter bring comfort and feeling of community. Quite significant absence for me, even as find new places to go. Also find new people to clothe empty spaces within my experiences. Helped an entire process of piecing back my life. As venture on path of self-improvement. Reach decisive point when decide to become member of fitness center. Decision not only about weightlifting or venturing on treadmills, enables me to concentrate on stress relief and physical well-being. Before long doing workouts in gym not a chore anymore, activities undertook become significant channel of stress and aggravation. Gives productive outlet to difficult feelings going through. Every workout session contributes to feeling of achievement and clarity. In process of looking for other enjoyable physical activities, happen onto hiking, consider very good activity. Gives opportunity to be outdoors. Every leg of journey through woods seems to ease me more. Into balanced and calming rhythm of nature. Vienna air and scenery induce kind of peace in me. Makes me forget about all problems. Feel more at ease during troubled times. As complementary activity besides hiking, search for other interesting pastimes. Novelty of each offered activity different and interesting. Distraction for mind and uplift for spirit. Hobbies turn out to be way for me to be creative. Make me appreciate life in different ways. Push me to be more inquisitive about certain things, be it painting or writing or doing some craft work. All these activities help build growth process. Enhance existence and bring in equilibrium when odds against me. With passage of time, transformation within my being starts to manifest. Like fog of yesteryear's struggles beginning to dissolve, hinting at calmness hiding somewhere deep within me. Herculean task becomes possible. Progressively experience all-encompassing pain of harrowing, though unavoidable, truth. My marriage was over. Not easy to come into acceptance of this. Demands enormous will and introspection. Nonetheless, know that reclaiming this painful fact necessary stage in my evolution. In doing so, however, feel it's time to seek more opportunities, rather than being preoccupied with things I had lost. Memories of past that I so admired. Focus gradually switches to that of future, invigorating change, burden of sadness that had tormented me for extended period of time. Finally ready to be released. Slowly but surely, burden begins to ease. Feel as if there's less pressure within me, as if I could inhale properly again. Even as concede that this road not over for me, more obstacles to come. Can finally feel I'm following road full of optimism. Healing and restoration provided along this route. Want to look forward to next phase of my life? Prepared to make my heart sail and everything inside me bright. Emerging feeling of hope gives me courage. Want to grow and look forward to future with clear and warmed heart. Sitting for a protracted period. Recalling certain events from my past. Way they have contributed in making me who I am today. Reach decision to go out on dates once more. Resolve not taken lightly. Careful planning necessitated on my part. In course of resuming dating. Cocktail of feelings at play. Excitement and nervousness. Elated at prospect of new mate. Emotional turbulence coupled with self-doubt. Makes me wonder if ready to let someone new into my life. Notion of being able to love fully again? Scary. Knowing fully well all drama and heartbreak that came along and passed. Focusing on past failures and pains understandably very appealing. No such approach would be counterproductive to wish for better tomorrow. Know I have to let go of old scars if new ones to be developed. Promise myself that I would carry on with my life. Knowing such is nature of healing. Don't want to only keep learning things. Like awareness of what brings joy a sustained feeling again. Hope to connect with somebody who would be pleasant and comforting. Work up courage to extend myself to dating pool once again. Hope for greater tomorrow. Be me, Zephyr, ready to start dating again? Some time ago went to lovely local bookstore for routine visit. Came across Lyra by chance. Feeling experienced at that moment as soon as looked into her eyes. Different from any other previously known. Almost special, as if we were in our own little world. No people yet, the two of us. Warm smell of books and sound of pages turning. Talked in matter of seconds. Hours went by in what seemed like seconds. Difficult to comprehend how so many hours went by. In course of conversation, both unburdened ourselves, narrated some childhood events and some dreams I keep. In response, Lyra started talking about herself, delved into her interests and aspirations. Every information shared appeared significant for some reason. as if every other word was missing part of jigsaw puzzle, slowly arising in between us. More than just small talk, in my opinion. Felt like starting to connect on deeper level, moving on with conversation. Experienced magnetism that spoke of possibility. Affection that connected and filled void I didn't know existed. Accompanied with feelings of comfort and buoyancy. Pregnant with what was bound to come in future. Moment was important, as though had seen something precious from nowhere. Fueled some optimism and intrigue. Still around even after discussion was over. As bond with Lyra started to blossom. Felt different change in myself. Hope, which had long been kept away, started to bulge out. Like reed flower after winter. Started to comprehend that love would someday come back in my life. With Lyra, could picture future. Picture had joy. Laughter was in abundance. Happiness not just memory, but rather something I had in plenty, even on daily basis. Times we spent created warmth within my days. Memories of laughter, far too many filled my ears. Talks were deep, fulfilling, and emotionally intense. Every chuckle and sincere conversation enriched my optimism. Discovered I was gradually unwinding, preparing to welcome new person to trust within me. After long winter when I had kept my heart shut and fortified. Not overnight development. Process with many steps, unfolded slowly with shared experiences and even deeper connections. As Lyra and I continued binding ourselves together, came to appreciate art of showing her my true self. Realizing that being opened up does not necessarily mean weakness. Instead, nourished hope in me because love was possibility. Working towards and achieving closeness I had never thought possible. Appreciated every measure of progress we made in this beautiful journey. Lyra, precisely person I had been longing for. Felt fortunate enough that she was with me. Something else right from start. Kind in every sense possible. Be it busy gathering or simple meal with friends or even family. Her warmth and compassion always evident, like lantern inside her. Spreading warmth and positivity to whoever came in close contact. Everywhere we went and everyone we met. Allowed Lyra to attach herself to them with ease and comfort. Same went for utmost respect she awarded everyone, regardless of their status. Trait that made one's presence known when not obvious. Some conversation carried on with someone, but attention focused elsewhere. One would be heard intently, as though their words and indeed them were of great importance. Her warmth and kindness compelling. Promoted desire to be best in them. As fate would have it, fell in love with Lyra more deeply than thought I would. Not only her sweetness that I adored, how simply being herself, transformed world around her all for better. Accepted that life could be so jolly and comfortable because someone like her existed, embodied everything I looked for in person. Each day, thank God for such connection. What amazed me above everything else, not only her interactions with me, incredible bonds she always seemed to have with friends, family, and even strangers. Lyra possessed unique knack, made everyone feel seen and valued. Didn't matter where we were, be it boisterous family gathering, just hanging out with friends telling stories, bumping into someone on journey who looked like they needed ear. Her warmth, kindness similar to soft ray of sunshine, made all people surrounding her happy and content. Listening skills quite impressive, skill not often appreciated by many people. Whenever anyone conversed with her, instantly directed full focus and attention on speaker, appears engaged and interested in content of conversation. Kind of engagement made each person feel special and cared about. Seemed as if their opinions and feelings very important to her. People at ease with her due to laid-back attitude and warm disposition. Made them feel comfortable enough to speak about their stories without fear. During talks, frequently made comments or posed questions. Encouraged others to articulate themselves more fully. Helpful in social settings where there were so many people. Quite easy for her to be center of attention. Transforming even most common of phrases. Her presence allowed even shortest of conversations to be meaningful. Rather than just surface, even for most superficial of interactions, ability to reach people one of Lyra's wonderful assets. Made her stand out. One of reasons why I liked her. Lyra, one person whose caring nature conspicuous. Even little tasks, such as listening to friend who needed comfort. Helping hold something for friend who had incorrigibly busy hands. Ways in which she would extend herself to needy. No scale to how busy or preoccupied Lyra was. Always available to lend support whenever required of her. Impossible not to notice her glowing and all-wonderful smile. Had power to lift downcast or sad. Other room transformed whenever someone dared to say something positive about her. Ability to encourage people who were dejected, bringing change for better even in jaded person's wretched days. Easy to see how when she interacted with people. Her kindness not just attribute but something intrinsic of her, more than quality. Core of her being that must have influenced all who came across her. Every little act of goodness, irrespective of how trifling, able to touch lives of millions. Proved how ally benevolence can be. Cannot express joy I felt witnessing her exchange with people around her. Not just trivial exchanges, rather profound, exuded kindness whenever she opened up her mouth, illuminating hearts of everyone in her vicinity. Never come across such person before? Infected vision of looking at best qualities of mankind. Vision indeed very infectious. Such was her innate positivity. Spark that awakened not only me, but everyone around me. Quest to be improved version of ourselves. Lady created atmosphere that instinctively stirred compassion in us. Lyra, everything one could ever hope to find in significant other. Helped enjoy little things in life. Knew I was lucky enough to be with someone truly remarkable. Built bubble of love, respect, and happiness with each other. Where both gratitude and encouragement always active. Not to say sharing my life with Lyra was honor. Rather something I treasured greatly. Difference in Lyra's intellect when comparing with any other person I interacted with. Without doubt, most of time first characteristic to be noticed. Impossible to ignore. Knack for putting thoughts across in manner that was not only sophisticated. Simple exchanges, but advanced that we should build on those thoughts. Hold further discussions. Our discussions included various topics, irregardless of simple issues in everyday lives, or more complicated issues usually hard to tackle. Most conversations I had with Lyra made serious difference. In way I viewed environment that surrounds me, on many occasions, found myself perceiving something in light quite different from norm. Not only benefits of knowledge I accrued from our interactions that stirred my being, very intelligent questions we tended to ask each other changed me as individual, under every circumstance, giving impression of insight, as if custom that each time we spoke, would find new thought to appreciate in art of thinking, made possible. Size of this particular weight, great, able to understand how each single social interaction built up. To my personal comprehension of different things in life, such opinions not only informing, also proved to be constructive in altering way I viewed everything else. Clear that our conversations not limited to just talking, exchanges that added value to much more that would be beyond just mind. In every meeting I had with Lyra, felt like I had come up with something new, which would, however, bear impact on me in long time. Even after we hugged goodbye, be me, Zephyr, continuing to appreciate Lyra. One of Lyra's qualities I cherished most was her constancy. Throughout my journey, more so the work-trying moments and even at my worst. When I had personal issues, she remained dependable figure. Whatever case, regardless whether pressure of work and projects or personal problems, I always knew she would be there. Furthermore, Lyra could always impress me with her exceptional listening skills. She carefully heard my worries and let me speak out all emotions without any scolding. After she listened to me, she placed some hopeful and uplifting words, helped to ease my stress. For her, it was only easy to point out that my fears would not be end of me, and that all was never lost, even at baleful extremes. And it was this very presence that I was able to retrieve solace and power. That was essential to me at that time, devoid of all tenderness she exuded at such times demonstrated fully. How unrelenting her love and concern for me was because I was easily overwhelmed. Lyra had this unique way of making me chuckle, and this was gift that was precious. Her humor was capable of making one smile, even on hardest of days. It did not matter how hard it got or how heavy my heart was. Just few moments spent with her would change everything. She had great sense of humor in almost everything around her, as she could easily come up with funny stories, light banter, and even jokes without trying too hard. Happiest and most liberating for me was always when laughter took over all our conversation. Joy she managed to bring in my life was like sunlight to me, warm and healing, full of positive energy and love. Each one of laughter we shared was happiness of experiencing such bond, and necessity of having at least one such determined person in one's life. Who knows how to make you smile or share funny story? It was with Lyra by my side that I could slowly start to overcome certain horrors that I had long contained within me. Emotional baggage that had been full to brim and made living almost impossible slowly receded. Days filled with overwhelming despair and sense of loss started to pass, enabling me to finally exhale deeper than I ever did. It dawned on me that grudge and sadness for these many years, which had subdued me, can actually be relinquished. Rather than wasting away in past, I had all courage that was in me to dare to live in now. Every new day started to appear like new beginning, packed with adventures yet to be explored. As hours went by, I became more and more comfortable, growing freer by minute and able to enjoy little things life had to offer. Future, which had once threatened me as huge and dark cloud full of anxiety, began to radiate warmth. That which used to be frightened emptiness of unknown became expanse teeming with glowing hope and enthralling chances. My visions about life, which felt so far and unreachable, became thankful again. With Lyra, I felt excited and also realistic about prospects of our life as couple. Image of us making happy memories together, going out on different expeditions, and overcoming difficulties was easy to envision. This process, on the other hand, was filled with anticipation and happiness. In view of beginning of next phase of our lives together, I was transformed and ready to dive into beautiful tomorrow that beckoned, one that possessed love, joy, and experiences that I have always wanted. Course Beyond didn't appear threatening anymore. Rather, it was filled with engagement and happiness. Commencing this new experience with new group instilled in me significant amount of poise. To me, it felt like energy switch had been pressed, illuminating my way with bright light and filling me with richest of optimism. With Lyra at my side, I felt that there was nothing that life could throw in our path that I wouldn't be able to overcome. And no matter how many disturbances seemed to arrive on scene, I was ready to face them all, head-on and unabashedly. I embraced certainty of ups and downs that were sure to come our way, secure in knowledge that together we would prevail. What we had was unique and deep. It enveloped me like fuzzy shawl, evoking warmth. I was lucky to have a person like Lyra in my life, whose very presence was filled with joy, fun, and most importantly, understanding. Our relationship made it impossible to spend any time together without feelings intensifying. It lessened sense of fear associated with some of difficulties that we encountered, because it encouraged idea that we could withstand anything as a group. Things we did together and love and friendship we gave each other all contributed to helping us weather storms. I walked with increasing faith, aware of how lucky I was to have her on such journey.